Hey guys, how's it going? In a previous video, we have talked about on how we can set up a Django application as well as creating views. So here in our views.py, we have created two views, which is our home page and about page. And both of these views only returns a simple HTTP response with the content of homepage and about page. So here, instead of using the HTTP response, we can also use something called Django templates. So Django template is a very neat features which we can use to return an HTML document. So here, instead of using the HTTP response, we can say render, and we pass the request object, and we pass our template name, which is to-dos and home.html. And usually, the naming convention of Django template is the application name followed by the name of our template, which is our home.html. So here in our to-dos folder, we can create a new folder called templates, and inside these templates we need to create another folder which called to-dos, which is the exact same name as our application. So here inside our to-dos, we can now create our home.html. And in this home.html, maybe we want to scaffold a new HTML document with the h1 and home page like this. So if we go to our browser and we hit refresh, now we can see an error which is render is not defined. And the reason why we get this error is because we need to import our render function first from Django.shortcuts import render like this. I'm sorry, it's not render but render. So if we reload again, and we can see another error which is template does not exist. And the reason why we get this error is because we haven't registered our to-dos application inside our to-dos app project settings. So here in our project settings, the installed apps variable, we can add our to-dos app like this. So if we reload our browser, we can see our template is now working. And the cool thing about Django template is because we can pass any data into our Django template. So here in the third argument, we can pass a dictionary, and this dictionary can contains the key, which is name, and this name will contain the value of John Doe maybe like this. So in our home.html, we can render our name in this h1 tag by using maybe hello and using the double curly brackets, and here we pass our name like this. So if we go to our browser again, we hit refresh, we can see our John Doe. In our views, we can also pass an array, which is maybe our to-dos, and here we say maybe learn Django, learn Flask, and learn React, for instance. So here in our home.html template, we can loop into this to-dos array. We can do that by using the for tag to do in to-dos. And we also need to close our for loop by using n4. So here in our loop, we are using the to-dos array, and we get a single to-do. And this variable, this to-do variable, will contain this individual to-do. So here, we want to render a list which contains our single to-do. And we also need to wrap our for loop into a unordered list like this. So if we reload our browser, and we can see our to-dos right here. Cool. Here, we also can use this about page with the template. So we can render, and we pass to-dos slash about.html. So we want to return the about.html template. So we can create a new template here called about.html. And here, we can copy and paste our home.html template, and instead of using this we are going to use just a basic h1 and about page like this. So if we go to our browser again and we go /about, and we can see our about page using the Django template. And here, as you can see, inside our about page, we are using the exact same code as the home.html. The only differences is in our body. And this is not a good practice because we are using the same code over and over again inside another template. So we can prevent this code repetition by creating a template inheritance. So in Django, there is something called template inheritance, which we can inherit or extends another template so we can use in other template. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we can create a new template which called base.html, and inside this base.html we can just pretty much copy and paste from our about page. And because the only differences between our about page and home page is the body, so here we can say block content, and we close our block right here. So if we go back to our about page, we can extend our base.html, so we can remove this code, and here we are extends the to-dos base.html, and here in our content we want to show the about page. So here we can say block content, and we also need to close this block, and in our block content we want to show the about page. So we can do the exact same thing inside our home page by copy and paste this code, and here instead of using the about page, we want to use the h1 and unordered list. So here we paste this and we remove this code, and if we go to our browser again and we hit refresh, now we can see that our about page is working and our home page is also working. So cool. Okay, so that's it for the templates. Thanks for watching.